Learner's permit.
Learner's permit.
Learner's permit.
Learner's permit.
Learner's permit. Hello and welcome to the Learner's Permit podcast, a show where four friends lock themselves in a room and forcefully educate each other on the topics they're most passionate about. Each week, one host selects a subject to educate the other three about in hopes of broadening their woefully narrow horizons. This week, I'm feeling particularly thankful for my three co-hosts here. I'm your host, Liam.
I am one of the said co-hosts, Adam. I'm finally back from the dead.
And it's debatable, but I guess I'm another co-host.
What do you mean debatable? Are you trying to take host status? Like you're the sole host?
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Yeah,
No,
Austin is actually, I truly believe this. Austin is the only actual host of this podcast. Everyone else is just sort of a rotating guest, honorary co-host status.
I stumble around in the dark feeling for guidance. I don't know what I'm doing on this show.
You're feeling for something in the dark. I know that.
Yeah, and all the legal paperwork, it actually says Austin's show, not Learner's permit.
It says Austin Show LLC. Yeah, we are unfortunately missing our captain, Captain Kody. Kody wound up in the hospital this week.
Yeah,
jorking his peanuts.
No, Austin, don't be insensitive. Kody really likes One Piece figurines, in particular figurines of the busty female characters of One Piece. Now, I could tell you his favorite, but, we like to keep a little mystery here. Anyway, Kody got in a big shipment of new, brand spanking new Shinies One Piece figurines, and in the middle of, appreciating them, he broke 2 fingers in his hand.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, I don't really want to know the details, but all I know is that he's out of commission for the week, and he should be back next week.
I'm kind of interested in the details, man.
I'm sure he can regale us with the tale when he's back on microphone, but it's going to have to wait till after this week, because this week we are all busy. Today is Thanksgiving.
it is.
Well, when it comes out, right?
No, today is Thanksgiving, Austin. Today, the day that everyone's listening to this, it is Thanksgiving. That's a day to give thanks. What are you guys thankful for?
I'm thankful that we have friends that are willing to bend their schedules to make things like this work and just see each other, because we got people all over the place, and it's definitely a lot to get together and get everybody in one place at one time. So I appreciate that.
Well said. I, too, am very appreciative of my fellow co-hosts. Doing this podcast with you guys is a genuine joy. I just, want to take a moment for some sincerity and genuine gratitude for this project that we all get to contribute towards together. So thank you for making this happen, guys, because we couldn't do it without any one of us.
Was that a thank you to us, each other, or a thank you to the audience for listening? Because as far as I'm concerned, they're not doing anything for us. This is all from us. This is all from me. Anyone else can kick rocks. Yeah, all 6 of them. 8, Austin, 8. We have 8 dedicated listeners, and they're all very kind. 2 of them keep emailing us, and we're going to keep ignoring your emails because guess what? Email us with more interesting things.
Wait, are there actually emails?
Yes, there are actually emails. It's mostly just Cody's friends.
Oh,
and you know what?
Okay.
We all work that inbox. So if you're writing just to Kody, let me tell you right now, we need something a little more interesting than that. Give me an interesting question. You had any funny dreams? Any crazy inventions that you would... This is what I mean. Nobody's listened to the things we've actually solicited. Not a single person, not a single keyboard warrior in that friend group of Cody's has decided to write in with something that actually pertains to things that we have mentioned on this show. So shame on you, I want to say. Please keep writing, but write something better.
Why don't we go ahead and, if we're fishing for more emails here, let's what's that address, Liam? That
address is Cody's real email at gmail.com. Now that's KODYSREALEMAIL at gmail.com.
So I want to hear, who's your favorite Batman and why? What makes him special? That's what I want to hear.
I will say, if you want to do the sort of battlegrounds type conversations. I don't know if that's really something people like. Maybe it is. We had fun with it last week, but the conversation was more about the efficacy of 2 incredibly shitty detectives, if you ask me. But if you want to have conversations like that, I'm sure we could solicit those questions to our audience. But isn't the whole point for us to answer those questions? Adam, you are fidget spinning to hell,
I guess that's
man.
True.
Rock on. Mm-hmm. You know what? I want to give thanks right now. I want to give thanks for you guys as well. some sincerity here. I want to give thanks for those supple fingers of Adam's for spinning that fidget spinner over and over and over again. I can see it. It's beautiful. Hopefully the sound picks up in your microphone so I can edit it in there. And I also want to give thanks for the beautiful, beautiful stars, which as Austin said right before we started recording, they're good for the gaze tonight.
No, ripe for the gaze.
Ripe for the gaze. And Austin does like to talk about things that are ripe for the gaze. And you know what I think is ripe for the gaze? Pop music. You guys heard any of these newfangled songs by some of our best gay gals and lads?
No.
Really?
Like who?
Well, you got that Chapel Roan. I know Cody's been humming them Chapel Roan tunes.
Is Jason Derulo still in the game? He seems gay.
I don't know if it's just a seems thing. I'm more talking about artists who have it as part of like an integral part of their sort of, song subject, the things they sing about, the topics, the feelings they have. They're real
Khaled.
forlorn.
How do you pronounce it? Is it Khalid or Khaled?
Talking about DJ Khaled?
No, just Khaled.
I was going to say, he's not gay. He doesn't eat pussy, but that doesn't mean that he's gay.
That's what I thought you were talking about too, Adam, is DJ
Khaled. It's just a mononym. It's Khalid.
K-H-A-L-I-D,
Another one, but not pussy. Another one.
You guys have definitely heard his songs before.
Maybe.
I probably have,
yeah. Austin probably has.
I'm going to look up one right
now.
Like,
send me your location, something.
Wait.
Yo, wait. Do you know more of the words? I can put some karaoke track behind that if you do a little more.
I wish I could remember the lyrics.
That's okay. We'll get a little snippet in there if we can. I mean, I also listened to some this country artist that my partner had recommended to me that I wasn't years ago, that I just simply, my brain erased the thought. His name's Orville Peck.
I know the name.
He's a nice old gay cowboy with some haunting Roy Orbison-esque music.
Haunting, you say?
Haunting, yeah. Look him up. He's got a video with that guy from The Walking Dead.
Which guy?
Andrew Lincoln, Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus.
That was going to be my first guess.
Norman Reedus. Do you think I would still be able to be part of this podcast if I talk like that?
I would make sure you weren't.
If I talk like this, would I be part of the podcast?
No, I would. I would kick you off.
Part of a podcast.
Oh, come on. What would that podcast be, Adam? Tell me the name of it.
Probably Looney Tunes podcast, I would imagine.
Welcome back to the What's Up Doc podcast. We talk about Looney Tunes every week.
This week
we have a very special guest for you.
I have a name, but you guys haven't been happy about me using the word in the past, so I'll refrain from it.
Hit me with it.
Autism actual.
Well, I'm not sure what you're insinuating there, Austin. If you mean that my speech impediment would be an indication of something else, but
No, it was your hyperfixation on Looney Tunes with that accent.
I believe I was endowed with that hyperfixation by Adam, who likes to endow people with things from what we've learned in the past.
In improv.
Yeah, so I think that the gays are wonderful. They make wonderful music. The stars are good for gays. The music's good for gays. What else is good for gays?
Dude, I don't know.
The culture.
Avocado toast.
Isn't that for everyone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mostly just millennials.
I would eat it.
I know we all have trouble paying our rent.
I didn't say it was just good for them.
So rent is for the gays?
Yes. Yes, we're all subject to a new generation of gay landlords. And let me tell you, they are real sticklers for paying your rent on time. I'm not sure how we got to that, but
I don't know. Sorry, I've got one of the Khaled song that Adam was talking about playing in the background, and it makes me uncomfortable that his first line is "Send me your location," but he has a really nice fucking Chevy Camaro.
How's the music?
It's pretty chill.
What is the send me your location like? Like I'll beat you up, or like, hey, let me
it's like
suck your dick in the gas station bathroom.
It's probably closer to that.
Okay.
So
I was just trying to see how integral, identity is to the message of the song.
In the middle of the desert.
Okay.
He is getting a text message, and he's hopping into the SS.
Okay.
Peeling out, and
does he have sweatpants on?
He has jeans on.
Jeans.
And he's texting some girl at a pool party.
Well, that's not gay. You sure he's gay, Adam?
I think it actually just leaked like a week ago, and then he went on Twitter or something to be yeah.
So you're outing him, is what you're doing. That's disrespectful, Adam. That's disrespectful. And now I feel dirty that we even talked about this, honestly. It's just rude to share that if somebody didn't want to share it. So,
can I offer you a palate cleanser?
Well, yeah.
So earlier today, just before 10 a.m., Kody was texting me about how he got really mad at the game DayZ last night for a couple reasons. And he laid out how, he got into this bullshit combat situation and it didn't go his way. And then he had this typo. He said, I was so man. Then he corrected himself to mad. And then I just poked fun at him for saying so man initially. Then he goes, in this day and age, you just got to state it, And my reply was, I think that's what Andrew Tate does. Now, here's what Kody followed that up with. He said, Andrew Tate is very fucking stupid, but very rarely he will drop a truth bomb that I'll randomly come across. And I didn't acknowledge that. I just kind of
Do we want to drop this without having Kody be here to defend himself?
Yeah, I think we might need to revisit this at a later point. Although, please, Adam, finish if there's more. But in particular with the Andrew Tate thing, I got a call for a such as here.
What does that mean?
Please give me an example of some rare truth bombs that Andrew Tate has said.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to explore the next time we record with Kody. But I didn't even
Maybe he's a top
that.
G and we just don't know it.
I immediately
saying Andrew Tate
on.
is a top G?
No, I said maybe Kody is a top G and we just don't know it.
Is a top G the word for an Andrew Tate fan?
Yeah, that's what he says all the time. He says,
how do you know this?
Because I've seen the fucking YouTube algorithm sends me shorts all the time.
I was going to ask you both, as two beautiful bald brothers, do you find kinship in Andrew Tate's message?
Fuck no.
Just
yeah,
wondering.
I mean, when they were interviewing him from jail in Georgia or wherever he was in.
Wasn't it Romania?
I don't know, one of those, yeah. Yeah, one of the Slavic countries or not Bosnian countries or whatever the hell it was. One of that area of the world.
From his Serbian prison. He's in there for sex trafficking. I heard him say that he shaved his head for ease, It's not just because he went bald, but because it's less maintenance to shave your head.
Dude, if you have hair, no the fuck it's not. Let me start there. All right, as a guy that unfortunately has hair on the side of my head but not on the top, it's fucking annoying because you have to keep up with it each week, but you get no benefit of hair growth. So it's like, oh, if I don't shave this on the sides, it looks like ass. So, and then you don't keep up with it, and then something happens, you fall off the wall at the climbing gym and your hat falls off, and then somebody inevitably goes, dude, I didn't know you didn't have hair. Dude, it's not a big deal. Chill out. I just forgot to shave the sides of my head.
Yeah, I mean, so when he was in that, is he still in prison? I don't think he is. I think they got him out of prison. They got him out of
I have no idea.
Slavic prison. But when he was in prison, he obviously couldn't shave his head. So his bald ass fucking, ratty male pattern baldness hair grew in. And let me just say, you're not. No, you have beautiful baldness. Both of you guys have good bald. You have to understand that there's a very common way of male balding. Neither of you have fallen victim to. Adam, you have a more sporadic pattern that happened to you, and you shave your head as a result of that. And I think it looks good. I think you look good with a shaved head. And Austin, you just basically woke up one day and your whole damn head of hair basically stopped from the back.
Yeah.
So you shaved it from there, right? From what you've told me. Yeah. I don't mean to tell your stories for you. I apologize. I can cut that if you'd like me to. Nope. But male pattern baldness tends to sort of happen to most men at the crown, like what happened to you, Austin, but in a sort of M shape. So you get this widow's peak, right? He's got that super bad, but in an uneven way. So one half of it. And then also he's just thinning on the entire top. So he's got sort of a weird little crown of a thin layer of hair, and they're just mostly bald on the top. I just meant to say that as a fact that the idea that he shaves his head because ease of maintenance. Prison has shown us the receipts.
Yeah, at least I own it, dude. My hair is
exactly.
fucked up. Yeah.
Exactly. You live your truth. That's what matters. In the end, that's what matters.
That's why I'm thankful for the beard, because it doesn't look quite as bad,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, all your hair migrated down to your cheeks.
Yeah.
For those who can't see us, which is everyone here, Austin tends to have a beard that sits above his cheekbones.
Mine is slowly working its way up. Over the last couple of years, I've noticed it get higher and higher up on my cheekbones. And I'm like, is this turning into an Austin thing very slowly?
Yeah, I never stylized it. Well, I would shave the bottom on the neck. So I would shape it so it contoured with my jawline, but I never did the the cheeks, and I tried it for the first time in a long time. Actually, I used to do it back in high school, but I did it for the first time in a long time recently because I went to Halloween as Snake, and I actually really like it. It is a little bit more minions to keep up with. You can see like mine is kind of starting to fill back in.
All right,
but it does look good.
It does look good. You got some nice cheekbones there, brother.
Thank you.
You should pop them out every once in a while. That's all I'm saying.
Just to say hi.
Yeah, let your beard down.
But yeah, so I guess we'll have to revisit the Andrew Tate conversation at some point in the near future when Kody is recovered from his hand injury. But yes, I had a question that popped into my head before. It's a question that I was thinking about earlier when I was at the Bees. You guys ever go to the Bees?
See, in the Army, the Bees is the barracks, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Are you talking about Applebee's?
I sure am, Adam. I sure am.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know what you got going on in your head. Austin, you got all that Army lingo, but no, I'm talking about the classic Bees, the all-American Bees, the Applebee's.
I don't think I've been to an Applebee's in like 5 or 6 years.
I haven't been in a while, but you know what? I paid the $2.99 to pay all those little iPad games that they have in a little tablet. They got tablets on each of the tables for kids.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, there was one called Poke Go that was just like a matching game. You had to it was like a grid of these little Pokemon faces. Definitely copyright infringement. If Nintendo hears this, please strike at Applebee's. Get them to take the game down. But yeah, I was playing the stupid little games on there, and I ordered an Impossible Burger while I was there. It was pretty okay. What I thought though, I was wearing jeans, right? And I just thought, could I fit a cheeseburger in my jeans? You guys think you could fit a cheeseburger in your jeans?
Okay, are we talking like can you literally just unzip it and shove it in there and then like zip it up over it? Or is the goal not to smush it? Like it's got to stay intact? Do you have to shove it in there? Are you talking
like specifically your pocket?
That's the beauty of the phrasing. Could be your pocket. You could shove it in. You could zip it in. You could try to pull the waistband of your jeans to stuff the whole burger right down the front. I think in the back. You think you could fit a cheeseburger in your jeans?
So I know the audience won't see this, but if you just hold up your hands to the camera for a second so I can get an idea of what the size of this burger was you had at Applebee's.
That's good. I like it when we give visual references on the audio podcast. Okay, so wait, hold up. I got to do this because the distance from here to it's gonna fuck with it. So wait, okay, so I'm gonna hold it where the burger would be, like in front of my mouth. Okay. Here.
So this looks kind of similar to like a Burger King Whopper kind of size, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little taller.
Okay.
Same general diameter.
You know, I bet I could squeeze that into my pocket.
Dude, I have no reservations about this. I could smuggle that bitch out.
What's your method? Adam stated his method. How would you smuggle it? If you had to steal the cheeseburger from the prize restaurant, you know, it's a $999 cheeseburger. It's going to be the most delicious thing you've ever eaten. You got to steal it somehow. How are you fitting that thing in your jeans?
Well,
and what type of jeans are we talking about here? Because this is important. Adam says he can fit a whole cheeseburger in his jeans pocket. What kind of jeans are you wearing, buddy?
I typically wear Levi's.
Okay. Good all-American brand, right?
So I don't remember what my favorite brand of jeans was because it's like my favorite is like Kody's when he says, you know, it's ripping down the middle and there's all this shit going on with it. The
Gunch hole jeans? That's your favorite?
Yeah. Dude, those are my favorite. So I don't remember what brand it is because it's been so long. Those ones, even though they're stretch fit and they're awesome and athletic, I don't think they'd be good for it. There's not enough room. I got to go with like the Wranglers that I bought that are just a little bit too large, that have plenty of room in there, but still kind of tight around the legs so they don't let it like fall down the bottom. And I'm shoving that bitch appendix style right in the front because I'm not quite as well endowed as other men, so maybe I got some more room in there for fucking cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you really threw that one out there, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you got room to breathe in the cheeseburger department.
You gotta let them know, dude. That's what reels them in.
No, that's a good answer. That's a full-throated endorsement of your ability to smuggle a cheeseburger into your jeans.
Yeah.
I think I could do it. I got a nice pair of loose Calvin Klein jeans, sort of like a classic fit. They're nice and snug around my ass, but I imagine that if I were to unzip the front, or if I could pull I think the waistline is like decent enough, stretchy enough that I could pull it and maybe fit a cheeseburger down there.
So you're thinking about looks too. They're like, God damn, that guy's got an ass. Look at that bulge. That's like problem. Cheeseburger size right there.
They hug my butt pretty well. So if I were to put the cheeseburger down the back, I'd have a big lump on my ass. And I don't think that would look very good. And I am sort of a looks conscious person. Not like 100%, but I don't want to look like I dumped myself.
Well, and you're not going to like unpack it when you get to the car, So they're going to expect you to get in and sit down, drive away. And you don't want to smush that shit.
That's what I mean. And if you put it in the front, then you can sit down, you can unzip the crotch, and you can pull it out. That's smart. That's the pro gamer move. That's all I'm saying. And I don't want to look like I crap my jeans because I don't know if you guys have ever seen a pair of freshly crapped jeans.
Never actually.
Well, I don't know about freshly crapped, but I lightly crapped. I've seen lightly crapped jeans. I was in a Goodwill one time, and you know how Goodwills are. There was the local Goodwill here in the town where I work. Let's just say there was some like sort of like acid wash jeans, very light blue color, and the inside was almost white. Was how bleached it was, and there was just straight up a dookie streak all the way down the inside, and it was well worn in there. So I get the feeling that whoever had the jeans crapped them, and wore them a couple times, and then put them on the rack. And I actually don't remember if there was a price tag on them or not. So I don't know if somebody just like switched out their crapped jeans for something that was on the rack or what. But yeah, it's something.
Yeah, Kody ran that guy over a couple of minutes after he left.
Why? Because he was a child? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was trying to insinuate because he was homeless, but sure, yeah, he was.
Hold up. All right, now you are putting yourself on a low pedestal like Kody did here. You're insinuating that only homeless people can crap themselves, Austin.
No, you just said.
You're trying to tell me you never crapped yourself in your life.
You said that the jeans were well worn, and I thought, wow, who uses more things to their potential than homeless people? That was my line of thinking.
You know what? I applaud you, Austin. I'm thankful for your resourcefulness that you were able to talk yourself out of that one. Yes. You know who else? Well, where's their jeans well worn? Cowboys. Yeehaw.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Boy, howdy.
You guys got any thoughts on Cowboys? What do you think about Cowboys?
Actually, I have a lot of thoughts about this, right? So it took me a long time. Like when I was a kid, I thought cowboys only existed in the desert. It took me a long time to accept the fact that cowboys like existed on the plains, which seems really strange. Like, cause that's a lot of their identity. You can't really have cows in the desert and stuff like that. But I think they were super fucking cool back in the day. Like during that heyday of like, that's what everybody was like, right? Like you had a horse to get around and nobody was riding the horse because they thought it was like cool or stylish or whatever. It's like, this is how you get around. So these are just the skills that you need to know. That's like the era of cowboy that I think is awesome, where it's like, yeah, I know how to live rough out in the wilderness because that's what's required of us. But I think that anyone like, okay, I guess with the exception of like people who utilize that are like actual ranch hands today. Now they're not nearly the same type of like cowboy that we're talking about, but at least they're utilizing the skills in a way that makes sense. Like I don't think that they're tryhards, right? But when people just like walk around and they think they're a cowboy or they're trying to emulate that sort of like that vibe today, I'm always like, oh, you think you can do it, huh? You think you can live that life?
What's the aspect you think that's missing from the modern day cowboy? Obviously, outside of the world that they existed in.
Well, I think that's the thing, right? Like,
is it an attitude thing?
The world made the cowboy, not the other way around, right? At least in my opinion, right? Like you can't have an Arthur Morgan type without growing up in the 1800s to shape him. So I just I think today it's a lot more of an image thing, and I'm not really about it. There's like the select few people that, like I said, maybe you grew up around ranches and stuff and you helped as like a hand and you were doing like actual ranch stuff. And if you're like around horses and shit, that's awesome. I think that's cool. I want to keep that alive. Like, I think that's a cool skill that people don't really utilize anymore. And I wish that they would, because horseback riding is actually fucking sweet. And I've always wanted to do it and I haven't really had a chance to. But there are some people where it's like, dude, you own like a Honda Civic and you're trying to dress up like a cowboy. Like, I don't know what you're trying to prove, but.
Wait, you've never ridden a horse?
No, I want to.
Austin, I used to be afraid of horses. I
went
horseback riding in Vermont a couple years ago. It was one of the most magical experiences I've ever had. It was like a rainy morning. It was overcast, and we went on this horses. We thought that we were going to be able to go because it was a big storm that was overhead. And then the moment we get on the horses, the rain lets up. We go out there. I was afraid of horses because horses are fucking massive. I don't know if anyone listening hasn't seen a horse up close. They're incredibly muscular. One little kick from them could end your fucking life. Just obliterate your entire skull and brain matter.
But that's what I like about it, dude. You got to respect them. They're like, they're like other sentient, they're not like pets, you know, like you got to respect them and you work in like a symbiotic relationship with the horse. So like, I think it's fucking cool. I love those things, dude. I like them.
Yeah. I rode a big old horse named Thor.
That's a good name.
It's a good horse name. And we saw wild deer and turkey and stuff all around. It was beautiful. So beautiful, misty rainbow morning.
Yeah, I think if you got what it takes, then you don't have to say it. You don't got to debate it. So if you run into a person in public and you're like, dude, and you just already know, you know, cowboys, they speak for themselves by not speaking. If that makes sense.
So there's a certain masculine stoicism that you think no longer exists because manly men these days talk too much about being manly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you there. I also think, people shower too much these days. Part of being a cowboy was being stinky and dirty and gross. You know, you watch all those good old spaghetti westerns. Everyone is just greasy and covered in dirt. That's the beauty of it. You know?
I'll do that. I did that for a job. I love that.
You didn't shower for a job?
Yeah, well, the Army. So factor that in.
Well, another issue, and here's one you wouldn't have had in the Army, is that we've just cured too many venereal diseases. You used to be able to pick those up like fucking honorary badges, and your brain would go with it. So by the time you were like 40, which is, you know, old age and cowboy age, you would be so delirious in your brain from all the syphilis and the gonorrhea and everything. You'd be in the saloon and you would be that old coot who's like, you know, cockeyed and what'd you say to me? That kind of deal.
I mean, that's what gives you great ideas, like taking a cast iron skillet and turning it into plate armor to wear underneath your cowhide fucking vest and poncho like Clint Eastwood did. And which Man with No Name movie is that? I think that's the second one, right?
You mean Back to the Future Part 3?
No, that wasn't. Wait, was it? No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, he does that in Back to the Future Part 3. His name is Clint Eastwood when he goes back to the old West.
When he is Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's just ripping off the movie. But yeah, I think cowboys are cool. I always used to want to be a cowboy when I was younger.
That's a good choice. I didn't like them growing up, so I'm glad that you liked them growing up because it actually took me a while to like them. So what drew you to it?
The Cowboys? Well, I like Toy Story. I was a big Toy Story fan. Love Woody. There's a snake in my boot.
I was going to ask whether that was an influence.
Oh, it certainly was. You know, and I hated Buzz Lightyear. Woody was a pompous ass in that movie, though. Like, looking back on it, I don't know if you guys have watched Toy Story in the past 10 years.
I have.
Anytime recently? You have? Isn't Woody such a fucking asshole? In the first movie and the second movie. And also probably the third, but I haven't rewatched that one since I saw it in theaters.
I actually have only seen the first two. I haven't seen any of the ones after.
That's fine. I haven't seen the fourth one, but it's probably good. Who knows? I don't know. Too many sequels. You did too many. Sorry.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with Woody is like if you're going to be the leader to the group of toys, right? And your main objective, like your end all be all mission is make Andy happy, then you should be coming up with orientations and shit, like getting everybody accommodated. But the moment Buzz Lightyear shows up, he sees a threat and he's like, oh, bro, you need to like get the fuck out of here because like we're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
So, and I know they become like the unstoppable duo, but yeah, I think you're right in the way that like he immediately is a douche to Buzz Lightyear. You know,
and my big problem that I have with the concept behind those movies, right? They're toys, right? And they're sentient all the time. But anytime people are around, they just go limp and they pretend to not be sentient. If that were reality, what would a guy like Kody do? You know, all those One Piece figurines?
We're going to pick on Kody again? Why he's not
I'm just asking. I'm not picking. I'm just using it as an example for how horrifying that reality would be. I mean, think about it. Those toys, they know what you did. That's all I'm saying.
They've seen it all. Let me put it this way. If Kody was
sort of like Santa Claus, right? I mean, you know, he knows when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. That implies that Santa Claus is sentient about your actions at all times.
Well,
he knows when you're shitting.
Does this imply that adult toys are also sentient?
Oh, no.
That is a great question.
I don't want to think about that.
I'm inclined to say yes, because we see that there's like a wide range of types of toys that are sentient.
Like yo-yos and shit.
Yo-yos. There's obviously, like posable action figures like Buzz, but like Woody's like a doll. You have the fucking phone. I don't remember which one the phone is in.
And they do say that like anything that somebody is willing to like play with, quote unquote, is basically like impressed with that power. Because remember the spork that is made into like with pipe cleaners and a face out of Play-Doh or whatever, and like that becomes a toy in the third one. So I mean, I suppose like you definitely have a willingness to play with the other one. So I don't want to think about that too long, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't focus on that aspect of it. I just think it's interesting because if you were, like realistically, if the toys weren't interested in keeping you entertained, they could just kill you. There's nothing stopping Buzz from taking a knife and just slitting Andy's throat.
That's true, yeah.
And like Sid, the kid next door, who ends up being a trash truck guy, which thank God he ended up in a union. That kid could have been in real trouble. But I
didn't know that.
Yeah, he ends up. I think he's the trash guy in the third movie. I'm pretty sure. It's like real quick, just a quick scene with him in it. But like the toys turn on him. They show that they're sentient to him. Which like, barring all the things he did, which we only feel angry about in the fact that like he hurt these toys because we know they're sentient.
Right, yeah.
He wasn't aware of their sentience. He was just taking toys and putting them together, honestly making pretty cool fucking toys. I don't know if you remember the toys that Sid makes, but they're pretty fucking cool.
You like the baby on the walker?
Love the baby on the walker. What was the walker toy that he had?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out.
That's what I mean, I mean, it couldn't have been a Star Wars thing. Couldn't have been the Emperor's walker because that hadn't come out yet. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Or what's the doll that he replaces with the pterodactyl head?
Oh yeah,
his sister's doll.
So I was thinking, this is a not a clean segue at all. I'm gonna be very clear. Okay. But I was thinking about podcasts, right? What do people like at podcasts? We don't have a lot of listeners, as we said earlier. We have a very small but dedicated audience of people who have nothing better to do with their time. But I was looking up things I was Googling, I was doing my research on what people like in podcasts. I heard people like segments. That's the thing that podcasts do. They like segments. You guys think of any good segments? Any ideas for segments we could have? Recurring bits?
How about we could do a segment where we analyze an aspect about ourselves that we think we could improve upon?
That sounds more like therapy than entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll talk about things like that with you guys off mic. I don't think I want to throw that out to the world.
If you have need for that, Adam, I'm happy to do it, but I don't know if it would be the most entertaining microphone.
All right, hold on, let me just scratch this out. Therapy podcast. No.
What about you, Austin? You got any hitters? You got any heaters?
No, because I remember very specifically, you of all people were saying that you didn't want to do segments when we first started.
Yeah, I did say that. I said a lot of things, didn't I?
Yeah.
Here's the thing: listenership is dwindled a little bit. We haven't been so active on the socials, and the only people who are interacting with us on the email, they're Kody's friends, and you know what that means. Figurine heads. So that's why I wanted to, introduce a new segment to the show.
Which is?
Well, I have one ready to go. It's an important one, and it's relevant to something we were talking about. Our new segment, the Soda Report. The definitive verdict from one sip of a soda on that soda.
And how do you expect to do this now? We don't all have...
No. I got it. Don't worry. This week, we're reviewing Basic Dr. Pepper.
Oh, my.
A much maligned type of soda. I'm going to take one sip of this drink, and then I will tell you what I think it is.
I hate this already.
You do?
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to do it anyway, because it's going to be our most popular segment, I guarantee you. All right. Let me make sure I get it on microphone for the listeners. People love this shit. All right.
You didn't gargle it.
Oh, was I supposed to gargle it?
Yeah, I feel like you got to slosh it around in the mouth and gargle it a little bit.
Yeah, you also got to like let it rest on your tongue, and you got to breathe the air over that.
Hold on, this is too much. I could take another sip, but I can't swallow it because I said it was a one sip report. So if I swallow it, that's going against the very basic premise of the segment, and that would be bad because that just it undermines the integrity of it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll gargle it for a little, and then I'll spit it back into the can.
Oh God,
because it's just one sip. All right.
This is so uncomfortable.
Let me hear that spittle.
No, it was all fizzy. I had to do it carefully. Okay. So Dr. Pepper, an authentic blend of 23 different flavors. I'm going to have to give Dr. Pepper a 10 out of 10 fizzy bubbly. That's right. That is a solid, diverse flavor palette right there. That's good. Anyway, that was our first edition of the Soda Report. Keep on the lookout for more of that every week from here on out.
Yeah, you can count me out of that one, Chief.
Hold on, let me grab my pen again. Soda Report, maybe.
So, like, Adam is just coming up with ideas and having other people pitch it, so it doesn't sound like he just has people. He's just pitching all of them.
Look, Adam, I know we talked about it. Austin didn't receive that one very well, so I don't know. If you got any better ideas, please put them out there. What about that? What about the third one? I know you said you didn't want to suggest it.
Anything for the Austin Show LLC?
Another thing, like people with podcasts, they want authenticity, which Austin, I know you bring to the table in spades, and I don't at all, and that's okay, but I figured maybe we could just run through some sort of like icebreaker questions. I had a couple laid out that maybe, you guys might be willing to just give like rapid fire quick answers to. How do you feel about that?
Okay. I like this idea. I feel like we're going to regret this just given what the questions might be, but I'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I have an uncomfortable amount of nips. Should I get them for this line of questioning?
Like you have to drink for every single one?
Yeah, I feel like I gotta be a little bit sauced to get into the mood for. How crazy do they get?
I'll drink a nip.
No, they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy.
All right, we'll see, and then I might have to go up and grab one.
Did you ever have a job as a waiter?
No.
Have you ever visited a truck stop?
Yes.
Have you ever visited a flea market?
Yes.
Have you ever visited a Chinatown section at a major city?
Yes.
No.
Does your computer seem to have a mind of its own?
No.
Are you careful with your personal records?
Yes.
Moderately.
Have you noticed what big stars real estate agents have become?
No.
I can't say that I have.
Oh, wait. No, I didn't realize it, so I'm going to stick to that original answer. But yeah, actually, now that you say that, there's a fucking TV show about it, so maybe.
Do you love to go wandering beneath the clear blue sky?
Laundering?
A wandering.
Oh, okay.
But also, do you love to go a laundering beneath the clear blue sky?
I was like, what? Like fucking Walter White with a car wash? Like we're laundering money? But yeah, I do.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a good stroll underneath the blue sky?
Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Yes.
Yep.
Planning a trip soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you had your hearing tested lately?
No.
2 years ago, so no.
Do you believe in the power of a curse?
No.
No.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Yeah.
If we're being honest, yes.
Do you have a pet?
I wish.
Yeah.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night at a cemetery?
Maybe like
not that much.
Give me a solid 100 and I'll be out there, dude. Like maybe even less, but $100 sounds like a decent amount to walk away from.
Yeah, initially I was thinking 100 to 200.
How superstitious are you?
Not a lot.
Little bit.
Have you called a plumber to your home lately?
Nope.
Yes.
What's the right tip?
Like to tip a plumber?
Sure.
20%.
Yeah, I've been taught throughout my life that if a good service is provided, that 20% is the way to go.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well,
astronaut president.
If we're assuming we're not already grown up, I would like to be an astronaut musician.
Ever gone mountain biking?
I really want to, but I have not.
I've been around on a mountain bike. I don't know that I've ever been mountain biking.
I would love to go actual mountain biking. That would be great.
Have you ever had the desire to write your initials in wet cement?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a job as a waiter?
No.
Did I ask that one already?
You did. I thought you were going back and you're going to play mind games to see which one we would answer the same.
I was like, this was asked already.
No, I think those are all the questions that I got.
Is there an end state to this? Like, are you going to put them into an amalgam so that we can see like what our test results are?
No, there's no test. I just figured we could let the audience and really get to know you guys more.
So this wasn't like a BuzzFeed quiz. I'm not going to figure out what like Harry Potter house I'm in, or like if Elon Musk would kiss me, or some weird shit like that,
or what kind of garden vegetable I am.
No, but can I get the answers for what you guys think for each of those things? Do you think Elon Musk would kiss you?
No.
What kind of garden vegetable do you guys think you are?
I'm going to say a chili pepper.
A chili pepper and a yam. Okay. Yeah. Why a yam? Adam, I can see why you'd be a chili pepper. I'm curious about the yam though. I don't know many people that would pick yam.
Because I'm fucking sweet.
Yeah, you are sweet. You are sweet, Austin. That's true.
I just like spicy things.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, who doesn't? Really? You guys ever challenge yourselves with spice? Adam, we had hot sauce at your house. Austin, you were sick that weekend when we all went to the Japanese arcade, but you should have seen it. Kody and everyone took a little toothpick of this hot sauce. It was the hot sauce that brought Adam together with his sweetheart. And we all took little toothpicks of it to test it out. And Kody just died.
It was
he shit himself and he died. Yeah, it was a little droplet on the end of a toothpick.
I understand this. It was told to me that this sauce is, I want to say like 7 million Scoville units or something.
I definitely want to try it.
It was hot. It was tasty. It was a lot of hot sauces that are hot are they taste like shit.
Yeah,
and this one didn't. This one didn't, and it also really wasn't that bad. Like it burned your throat a little bit, but like there was no crappy stomach feeling afterwards. Like I didn't shit my brains out the next day.
It's definitely the kind of
no trouble
thing
on the
that
back end.
If you have more of the more intense the heat gets, like it doesn't plateau with just one toothpick's worth, I think.
Yeah, I imagine it's not the type of thing that you would want to slap on a griddle.
Yeah, like it's the kind of thing that just like a little dollop would be good for a whole pot of chili or something.
You make a lot of chili, Adam?
I haven't in a while, but I would really love to. I like a good chili.
What's your go-to like chili recipe? What's your secret chili ingredient? Want to tell the audience?
I think I might have it written down. Hold on a second.
It's not people, is it?
No, not anymore. Hold on, let me find it. I think I have it written down somewhere. If I can't find it, then we'll come back to this later. But feel free to fill the dead air while I do this.
Oh, there's nothing else I'm good at. I was thinking about. I know we were talking about segments before, and mine got vetoed. I'm still going to do it next week, even if you didn't like it. But I was thinking about other ideas. Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep my ideas in my back pocket then.
All right. So this is a very specific recipe, but it goes 4 regular size cans of beans, 2 each of red and black bean, 2 big cans of tomatoes, 1 crushed, 1 diced, 1 pound of beef, 2 packets of taco or chili seasoning. It's typically found with Mexican food at the market, in case you wanted to know.
Oh, thank God I didn't know where to find taco seasoning at the grocery store. Thank you, Adam.
But you drain the bean juice, combine the beans, tomatoes, and one of the seasoning packets, cool the beef with the other packet, And once the beef is pretty much done, combine everything and you just kind of let it cook on low heat for 10 minutes before you, or while you stir often rather. And you also want to heat the beans and the tomatoes mixture while the beef is cooking. But it's a pretty simple recipe, but it's a good one.
Can I ask you guys a personal question?
Sure.
Oh, have you ever been to the Chinese town Chinatown of a city wasn't personal enough for
Chinatown
you?
section of a major city? No, it was personal. But I just, I've been pondering this question for a while. Where's the beef?
Well, it was in the meatballs I made for dinner this evening.
Your wet meatballs?
Yeah, that was, my partner, we'll have to bleep that out, seemed to like them. But I've always been a really harsh critic of myself, and even more so when I'm cooking or making something in the kitchen. If it doesn't come out how I imagine it in my head, I'm just like really disappointed. Like even if other people like it, like ultimately I can sleep at night knowing that they liked it, but I need to get it the way I imagine it.
I'm all about that soul food, brother. I never have a final destination when I'm cooking. I just, I go, I'm never too close with the timers. I'm never too exact with the measurements, and it just comes out how it comes out.
Right on. I wish I could be a little more loosey-goosey like that.
So I only ever really make food for myself, and I don't care if it kills me. If I make food for other people, my line is just, I hope it doesn't kill them. And that's where we stand on that.
So you're not even have a question of enjoyment or quality. It's just a matter of like health code standards.
I just need sustenance. That's all I need.
I think you can probably, if it's the kill them line, I think you can probably rest easy in the next 4 years. From what I hear, we got a pretty inventive guy taking over the Department of Health and Human Services.
I was like, why is it such a specific amount of time? And then it dawned on me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often that we hear about an appointment of a guy who has so many different stories about illegally trafficking the carcasses of different exotic wild animals.
It's very specific.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have you heard any of the stories that he's told publicly?
No, I haven't. I haven't delved into it. No.
Oh, there's a very famous one about him dumping a bear in Central Park. He claims that he didn't kill it.
Oh, wait, no, you did say something about this.
Yeah, did we talk about a fake accident
before?
We might have talked about it off mic, not on mic.
Okay.
I don't think we talked about it on mic. If we did, and people are listening and they hear it,
feel like it was
go fuck yourself. You can hear it again.
Thanks, Oween.
Yeah, I think we might have mentioned it at Thanks, Oween. I know there's also a story that that his daughter corroborated about finding a whale carcass on a beach, then sawing off the head, tying it to the roof of his car, and driving down the highway with it.
Well, I mean, he wasn't using it anymore.
What do you mean? The whale one?
The whale.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm just sort of like...
Yeah, you just got to blast separate ways while you're driving down the highway with a fucking whale head on your car.
My thing is, like, they're interesting stories on their own, right? But this is a guy who's living a legacy. The Kennedy name. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Not quite dead yet. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
He talks like fucking Kermit the Frog got fucking, gonorrhea of the throat. But he's not dead. And also, I don't know if you guys knew this. Do you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
No, I just know it for the meme.
Do you know who RFK is married to, Adam?
I should, but off the top of my head, I am... He's married
to Cheryl Hines, who plays Larry David's wife on Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's the strangest pairing of people.
I just need to let that one marinate for a second. That's kind of
mind-blowing. If you ever decide to watch that show again, just think about that.
I will, I probably will for every single time going forward.
I don't think I've ever seen her before.
Or did you Google her?
Yeah.
You should watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. You'd like it, Austin. I think
it's
it
a very
matches
funny
your sensibilities.
Show. It's interesting because I really could never get on board with Seinfeld, and I know Larry David wrote that too. But
yeah, I'm not a huge Seinfeld guy.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Jerry Seinfeld personally?
He's not a good person.
I don't know anything about him.
You don't know anything about him? Do you like him in the show Seinfeld?
No, I know that one line that he does where it's like, what's the deal with airplane food? Like, and that makes me so mad, like irrationally angry when I hear that.
Well, that's the joke line. I don't know if he ever actually, I think he probably did have what's the deal with airline food, but his whole thing off the show was observational comedy. And you do see little bits of pre-recorded or written stand-up bits in the show, but like that was his actual like comedy routine was observational humor, which is lame. It's just DOA.
What does that mean?
For me. It's like that. Like, what's the deal with, like, you ever seen these traffic lights? You ever notice how people eat in restaurants?
And like,
you guys ever been to the Chinatown section in a major metropolitan city?
As long as that isn't your whole set, like if you have one every once in a while, I'll let you get away with it. The thing I hate about them, they're all fake. They're so goddamn fake. Like, yeah, I was at the grocery store and I saw this kid there and he was wearing his name tag upside down. So I went and I said, why are you wearing your name tag upside? Like, no, none of that happened. That didn't fucking happen. You literally were sitting in your house and you were like, what can I say that would be really funny? And it incidentally makes it so infuriating for me to listen to. Like,
see, but that's not even observational humor. That's just an anecdote about something.
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, like
That it would be more like, you ever notice how all these people at the grocery store got their damn name tags upside down all the time?
Yeah, and it's like,
you ever notice that? That pissed me off. I'm trying to find grapefruit. I can't tell if your name is Susan or Newhaz. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I mean, come on, people. Am I right? I do great with stand up. I got a tight 5. I could do the tight 5 right now if you guys want me to. Full time. It's really good. It's mostly observational humor about cereal box mascots, but
God.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Trust me. Yeah, I got a good like minute and a half on Tony the Tiger alone.
What's up with that cinnamon stick character on the Apple Jacks boxes? Am I right?
You got stuff to say about that, Adam?
They took him off.
Spit truth. Wait,
I don't
really?
think he's there anymore. Yeah.
Oh, they finally got seen him on got.
I think they took him off. It's just the Apple now.
Is that cultural appropriation? Is that constitute as...
It's a cinnamon stick, Adam. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with us. I don't think a cinnamon stick can appropriate culture. Also, what if the cinnamon originated in Jamaica? Who knows? Is Jamaica a nice enough climate for cinnamon to be cultivated?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. That would be our answer.
Truly, I guess, don't know. Right? Yeah, whether it's cancelable or not.
Number 15. Cinnamon from Cinnamon and Apple Jacks is actually a cultural appropriator.
Yeah, that's another thing we could do on this podcast that people really love in content. It's lists. You know, we could do the top 10 food mascots that should be canceled and their crimes. You guys feel about that? You know, that might be too risque. Expose too many high profile figures if we did that. But you know, I went to 2 malls this weekend. I'm not a big shopper, but I went to 2 different malls. And speaking of canceled characters, you guys familiar with the Sanrio set of characters? Very big in merchandising. You're familiar with one, I know for sure.
Maybe if I saw it. I don't off the top of my head.
You don't have to see it. I'm going to say the name and you're going to be, it's Hello Kitty.
Oh, yeah.
Hello Kitty. Yeah. So all the Hello Kitty friends, they're the Sanrio.
Cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll. Yep. Pom Pom Purin. You know, you've seen them. You've seen most of them. But there's one of them I've noticed throughout my traipsing about at the malls and the commercial paradise that is the United States. One of them I've noticed is conspicuously absent from a lot of their merchandising. And that's the little frog, Karopi. You guys familiar with Karopi?
I've probably
that does ring a bell.
Yeah.
Look up Karopi. Look him up right now. It's Kerropi, I think. Just look him up. He's a cutesy little frog.
Yep.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this.
So he's on the odd, like, cup or two, you know, or like a poster or something, along with all the other characters. But he does not, unlike most of the other characters, he does not seem to get much of his own merchandise. So I was kind of kicking the idea back and forth with my partner today. What did Karopi do to get canceled? It had to be something real bad.
Well, I see a picture of him.
Cute
here.
frog like that.
I see a picture of him eating those, what are the triangle things made out of rice and seaweed?
What? Oh, the onigiri?
Yeah, I see him eating onigiri, and maybe he called it a jelly donut, like Brock from Pokemon. I don't know.
Is that a cancelable offense?
I don't know. Maybe.
See, I was thinking more on the Jared Fogle level of things, honestly. Maybe he was going to too many Sanrio events and asking for the event organizers to hook him up with,
Is that the Nickelodeon guy?
No, that's the Subway guy.
Oh. I mean, they're one and the same, aren't they? Kind of? Didn't they have the same crimes?
Are you thinking of Dan Schneider?
Yeah.
Dan Schneider allegedly has not necessarily done anything aside from be a creep and put a lot of little girls' feet on children's television. No, Jared Fogle went to prison, buddy. Jared Fogle actively was seeking to commit crimes against children and was committing crimes against children. So I don't know if Karopi did something similar, but I figured it had to be a pretty grievous offense to be erased in such a way.
Did you find anything, or are you just wondering?
No, I mean, he's got a good PR team. They scrubbed the internet. I couldn't find a single thing, outside of speculation here and there.
Number 14.
Karopi said the N-word on one of his live streams. Oh, Karopi wore an Andrew Tate t-shirt, and now we can't talk about Karopi because we know where he stands on certain things.
I think it turned out that he was just leaving crates of chemical materials in easily discoverable locations in the Middle East, just for whomever to happen across.
Wait, Karopi has chemical byproduct that he needs to dispose of from what? What is he doing, Adam?
I don't have those details, unfortunately, but it's I
don't like that. I don't see, because there's a greater implication there that all the Sanrio characters are taking part in some kind of massive conspiracy.
What? Wait, you mean like in relation to what Adam said, or you think like
if Karopi is disposing of like nuclear byproduct, nuclear waste in the Middle East, first of all, that implies that Karopi, who I presume is a Japanese native, has transportation to the Middle East that can also accommodate like large scale amounts of nuclear waste quietly. Because, like international courts would not approve of just flying to the Middle East and dumping your shit.
Well, I mean, so if we talk about it on a grand scale here, I think the number one most moved product from Japan to the Middle East is like 80s and 90s Toyota Hiluxes. And so maybe over time in like the gas tanks or something, Karopi was bringing in toxic waste and they were emptying it out once they got there and then repurposing that for use militaristically with the Hiluxes. So maybe that was like how they got it in country, because that was the JDF's major contribution in the global war on terror, was giving Hiluxes to the coalition forces in Afghanistan.
So do you think Karopi went over with some more Hiluxes filled with nuclear waste?
Yeah, and then like one by one slowly started offloading it. I mean, there isn't a thing that the Hilux can't carry. So, I mean, what heavier a burden than nuclear waste?
So, Austin, I want you to look at the suite of Sanrio characters, right? Do you have a picture you can pull up of all the Sanrio characters together?
Let me grab one.
I want you to tell me which one of those Sanrio characters you think has the connection to the JDF that enabled them to execute this large-scale crime.
Wait, share your screen and then just run us through it too. Like I need the visual here.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
There we go. Okay. Oh man, there are some savory. Jesus, there are some shady characters.
Savory.
All right, I'm going to sleep. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, so I'll tell you the ones that are.
Oh, dude, I already know. Looking at this fucking list, which one?
You think it's Pom Pom Purin?
No. Sorry, my cursor was over him. He's clean. He doesn't. Okay. He's involved. He doesn't know he's involved.
You think it's Kuromi? Is it Kuromi?
Yeah, actually, no. You're totally right. That was legitimately the one. Look at this motherfucker.
Kuromi's the intelligence asset. Okay, that makes sense.
Like conniving. Fucking, who's not guilty of anything?
Who?
Cinnamon Roll. Cinnamon Roll can't do anything wrong.
I think that's Cinnamon Roll is the most rotten of all of them outside of Hello Kitty.
No.
Hello Kitty is the world's number one villain, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean so Hello Kitty's the face.
Yeah.
So she's just covering for all the rest
of
these.
Sort of a Dr. Evil type.
Oh no, here's the transit culprit.
Shinkansen.
He's literally a fucking train.
I have never seen that before. I have never seen that in my life.
Yeah, because he runs at the bottom of the ocean all the way to the fucking goddamn Indian Ocean so that he can get to the fucking Middle East.
I don't know. I'm actually, now that I'm looking at this master list of characters, 90% of which I have never seen before and am not familiar with, and I'm not even sure about their legitimacy or if maybe this is just a fan-made thing.
Right, like
there's
what the
a set
fuck
of
is
two
Tuxedo
characters.
Sam?
Well, I think that's actually one of the main 9 of the actual Sanrio characters. But there's a set of 2 characters that I'm highly suspicious of, and that is the Doki Doki Yummy Chums.
Oh, these.
Yeah, you found them. There you go. It is a burger and French fries, and they're holding hands in a rather sensual manner. And I just don't trust them. I think their faces
this kid's
are
here. Why are you showing me this? Why are you showing? No.
That's the photo that he shows him in the Batman.
I want an edit of that so badly.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what do you think, Adam? What's your input here? Because I mean, Austin said his culprits, who he thinks runs the operation. You know, the face of it and everything. But
I don't know. See, like I'm looking through all of these, and you know, behind the eyes, you can really see intent. But if there's one that I had to pick out of all of them, I mean, in the second row at the very end, however you say that, Panapita, or Panapita, maybe, I don't know. There's that side eye. There's definitely ulterior motives being displayed here. There's no straightforward expression.
I agree. I mean, that he does sort of have a knowing look to the side, like I'm doing something wrong, and he does appear to be fleeing as well. It appears as though he's fleeing away from the direction he's looking in.
Oh yeah, he's kind of running.
That does imply both guilt and motive to escape. So you know. I will say operations like these generally need enforcers, you know, people to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And if something does go wrong, or perhaps somebody is going to talk, you can silence them. I know who I think would be the enforcer here, but do you guys have any thoughts on that?
It's got to be Tuxedo Sam. I know we talked about him earlier, but look at that guy. He's big. He's already a penguin, so he's got connections to the mob already. Like this guy, he's keeping everybody else in line.
You might offend Kody with saying things like that. I'd be careful.
Does he like penguins or something?
Yeah, man. Cody's all about the penguins.
Yeah, penguins are third to him. First is One Piece, second is figurines, third is penguins. I would say, though, I think that Tuxedo Sam, yeah, he's big. He does look like he could fuck you up. He is also wearing a dapper little hat and a bow tie, though. And that tells me he's not the type of guy to get his hands dirty. He is more like a penguin type who would probably, and I mean the penguin from the Batman, who would probably pay somebody off to off their enemies. And I think that person that he would be paying off would actually be Monkichi. That's what I think.
Yeah, he's a little bit too happy.
No, down there. Monkichi. Third row down to the left.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Dead eyes,
that's
unfocused.
Yeah, that's a scary one.
An unadulterated killing machine.
Okay, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
There's just a cold, blank, murderous stare there.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Japanese are titans of industry, and I think, you know, whatever crime's going on here, I think we sort of unraveled a good amount of it.
Who the fuck is this?
I don't know. I would wager to say that probably about 80% of these characters have been canceled for one crime or another, and it's just a matter of time till the rest are as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just can't get cuter than Cinnamon Roll, dude. Like, between the name and the design, like, they should have just stopped here. Like, there's 2 characters that mean anything in Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty, because you got the flagship, right? You got to. And then Cinnamon Roll. That's it. And then, like, Purin's cool. Purin could stay. But those are the 3. You just need those. You don't need anybody else.
You don't like Badamaro? You don't like Tuxedo Sam? You don't like Karopi?
No, like they're.
What about Pochaco? Pochaco's a big one. People love Pochaco. Third row next to Purin.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty cute.
See, here's the thing: you're validating all of the main ones except for Karopi.
He's not that cute.
Wow.
He's okay. Like he literally just looks like I don't know. I could have drawn better than that in fucking like 5th grade. But you know, like this.
All right, Austin, draw us a cuter character than Karopi, and that'll be our mascot. I challenge you. This is an on-microphone challenge right now to draw us a cuter character than Karopi, and that will become our mascot.
Right.
And it will go. Yeah, not right this second, but if you can in this coming week, I'll give you 2 weeks total, but I want some idea of it next time we record. All right? That's my challenge to you, and I'm putting it on microphone. And you can accept or not accept, but if you don't accept, then your opinion here is invalidated.
All right, yeah, no, I'll definitely accept.
Okay. All right. And if you show us a character and everybody likes it, that'll be our mascot. We'll put it up on all of our show art and everything. I've been saying for a long time we should have a mascot. We were just trying to figure out where does that come in.
Yeah, just don't ask me to draw cuter than Cinnamon Roll because it ain't gonna happen.
I mean, as close as you can get. That's all I'm saying. You put your money where your mouth is.
Like the big floppy ears, like they actually got some weight to him, and then you got like the little curly tail. Like these characters look like they belong together, and then like sure, like Pachaco is cute, but this is like
doesn't.
No, are you kidding? This is not the same vibe as this, or this, or this, or even this. Like this is more of a Calvin and Hobbes or like Charlie Brown sort of vibe, but Pachaco is still cute and like kind of within the same wheelhouse. This is like they opened up the polls and we're like, we're going to have a 3rd grader design our next character entry. And it just doesn't fit fucking anything that's going on here. We're like, that doesn't fit. This is just a more high def. This is like a fucking a remake version of Hello Kitty. Like this was the PS2 version.
Charmy Kitty. Kitty. Okay, yeah.
Hello Kitty's the PS2 version, and this is like the PS5 version. Like that's really the only difference.
Hyper-realism Hello Kitty.
Yeah. Like, and then like what? Like they just ran out of ideas, and they did like, well, let's just do Hello Kitty without whiskers and put bunny ears on the top and like a little knit cap or something. And like seriously, what is this? What the fuck?
You say the names of the characters when you're criticizing them, just so that people have.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry. People don't have reference. Let me try to pronounce this. I did take Japanese from the moment I was born till now. So if I mispronounce it, you're hearing me wrong. Mina no Tabo.
Perfect Japanese.
Is just impeccable. Yeah, it's just Caillou when he's 2. And it fucking has more hair than he does when he grows up, and is in an oversized sweatshirt. Like, well, what does this bring to the table? Does Mina bring anybody any joy?
Austin, I'm noticing that a couple characters have completely escaped the conversation here. You haven't even referenced Patty and Jimmy down at the bottom right.
I just looked at them. Yeah, Patty and Jimmy. Or what kind of psychopath likes pink no Korisu?
That just looks like a fucking clip art pink skunk.
Yeah. It looks like ass. Like I could see Pandapple could be somebody's favorite, right? Like you're like younger, maybe you like stuff like that. Or like, what is it? Is that Picky Bicky? Is that how you say that? Or is it Pike Bike? Pike Bike?
Picky Bicky.
I don't think it is Picky Bicky. And then what are they censoring this? Sha. Like, is that what that says? Like,
yeah, what swears? It swears.
Like, or Kiki and Lala look nothing like they're just human children. And Deary Lau is just fucking Bambi. Like, I'm just telling you, 90% of this list, there's a reason nobody knows their names.
But people know a lot of these names, and Keroppi is one of the big ones that people know the names of. Like, he is. Keroppi is big. I saw someone here in our state drive by me yesterday in a green-ass car with the license plate Keroppi. I'm just saying, not to dox that person, but you know what? You did it to yourself when he's a beloved character.
That's created in 1988?
That's right, bitch. He's been around longer than you have.
And this isn't some Gemini shit, right? Like, hold on. Let's
Gemini shit? What do you mean?
Oh, hold on. I'm on edge here, aren't I? I'm not even on Google. All right.
Where the fuck is your ad block?
I don't have one. Psycho. He doesn't use ad block.
Oh man. Wait, hold on. Wait. Kiro Keroppi. That's his full name. His birthday is July 10th. He lives in House on Donut Pond.
I gotta be honest with you. This is not a rabbit hole I anticipated falling down on this episode.
Really? You didn't expect to fall down this?
I guess I really shouldn't expect anything.
Very telling, huh?
So I want you to know that
He's got something to hide
Keroppi
here.
is the 7th. His name is Kira. Voiced by Kira, yes. Keroppi is the 7th most popular Sanrio character. That's 2 spots behind Hello Kitty. The top 3, you're gonna be very validated by this. Cinnamon Roll is number 1.
Oh yeah, baby, let's go.
Number 1. Pochaco is number 2. So fuck you for saying that he's a Calvin and Hobbes fucker. Kuromi,
I didn't say fucker.
Kuromi, the brains behind the evil operation, is number 3. With that is very surprising to me.
That is super surprising.
Kuromi ranks above Pomporin, who's number 4, and Hello Kitty, who's number 5. That's crazy. And then My Melody, the one that you said they were running out of ideas for Hello Kitty characters, is number 6.
Yeah, well, because you're inevitably going to get cult followings off of something that looks like the original thing. Like, how many people love Knuckles?
Well, hold up. No. Don't come in here with that shit. We're about to wrap up this episode, Austin. You can't start some shit like that.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game you're playing.
First of all, Knuckles rapped.
I guess that's
Sonic
true,
Adventure 2, Knuckles rapped. Well, I mean, it was Hunted P rapping, but Knuckles fucks. That's the truth. And Knuckles is a different animal. He's a completely different looking character. He's got a whole different gimmick. He doesn't run fast. He punches things. Come on.
He rides Harleys.
Well, I don't know if he rides Harleys, but he rides Rouge the Bat.
He does ride Harleys. He rides Harleys and shoots guns.
Wait, what? Are you thinking of Shadow? Shadow shoots guns.
Excuse me. Yeah. No, you're right.
Is that what you've been talking about this whole time? Because you just showed your ass, if that's the case.
Yep. No, I'm not a Sonic fan. I don't think I showed my ass. I think I showed my social my social skills.
Yeah, you're really showing those here. You know what? I think that's a conversation for another day. I'm going to have to educate you on Sonic one of these times when we get together. And you know what? If we're all playing loosey-goosey with these episodes and you guys don't like my segments, I guess I have to come up with a new one.
Are you an avid Sonic fan?
Not an avid Sonic fan, but I'm familiar. I'm familiar enough to educate you. I will say that Dr. Eggman is one of the sexiest fictional characters to ever be designed. Prove me wrong.
Liam has a type.
I sure do, and it's usually egg shaped.
A mustache megalomaniac that owns
That's my type.
A nuclear lab off somewhere on an island.
Well, I think we've had a nice conversation here. Any closing thoughts on the Sanrio conspiracy, or on segments we should do, or really anything?
None of those things, but I would like to say something. Happy Thanksgiving, or Turkey Day, if you will, everybody. I hope you're enjoying time with your friends and families right now, and but that's probably not true because you're listening to this podcast right now. So, okay.
You're right, Adam. If people are listening to this on Thanksgiving, which you should be, by the way, you chose to listen to us, so you got nothing going on, and you probably don't want to talk to your family. I bet you hate your family if you're listening to us. So, enjoy that stomach full of stuffing. I hope you feel bloated and lonely, and I just want to say you can listen to our dumb bullshit for an hour while your family's in the other room talking, doing normal things, having social skills,
I just want to apologize in advance to anybody that listens to this. Because it really is just ramblings, and as Liam pointed out, I forgot there was a lot of visual aid in my talking points about the Hello Kitty franchise. So if half of that probably won't be usable.
No, it will. So what we're going to do is we're going to link to the image. They'll still have to reference while we're talking about stuff, but we'll link to the Grandmaster list of Sanrio characters in the description of the episode. Austin, if you can send me the link to that image you used, or
I closed it out, but I'm sure I could find it again.
Yeah, so we'll link to that image so that people can know what we're talking about. And if you're too lazy to click the link, then that's your own fucking problem. And if you're apologizing to people in advance for the segment, or not the segment, but the messiness, the looseness of our episode, then I think if those listeners have complaints about the looseness of this, they can complain to Kody, who is not here to enforce the structure of the episode, and might I even add, torpedoed the structure of our general format last week. We're playing it loosey-goosey as we come up on almost half a year of episodes here, so we're going to get crazy, we're going to get wild, and if you're listening to us, you're just going to be along for the ride. So if you got questions, comments, or complaints, please email us at codysrealemail@gmail.com, especially if you're from Australia. Again, I would like to hear from you. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey and your mashed potatoes, you fucks.
If you found that you enjoyed the show, please like, share, subscribe, follow, retweet, reshare, do all the social media interaction things. Or, if you just want to tell somebody by the water cooler about us, that would be cool too.
I don't want to give any more closing thoughts because I feel like every time we do closing thoughts, somebody circles back and gives a second closing thought, and I'm dangerously close to doing it. So
that's actually a good thought. I'm glad that you brought that up, Austin. We should really maybe take this time to do like a sort of meta introspection on our closing routine. Especially because we leave open-ended questions open and unanswered. Like this episode, we talked about Andrew Tate and, Kody's comments about the truths that Andrew Tate spits. And, I don't want to bring that back around since we don't have an answer yet, but I just think maybe it's something we should meditate on going forward in the future.
I don't think I want to spend any more time thinking about Andrew Tate than when we talk about him here. So.
All right, yeah. This will be the second to last time that we talk about him here then.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. Bye.
All right, thanks for being here, everybody. Goodbye.
You've been listening to Learner's Permit. Thanks for listening. We hope you learned something today. Until next time, goodbye.